and they can be managed also. That application can be managed. So for this, the technology being used is called virtualization. Okay, so for developing of an application, deploying of and managing that application, whatever the technology being used, that is called virtualization. So let us try to understand what is virtualization. So first of all, because it is theoretically, we need to understand all the topics first. What is cloud computing, and then after we will go for next. Okay, until unless you don't have much knowledge, actually what is this? Okay, so virtualization is what? Virtualization is used, that is being used for by the IT professional to build the application, deploy the application, and manage the application. So the technology to develop the application is called virtualization. So virtualization, what it does? Okay, so it designs, means it makes a coupling between the hardware and operating system. Okay, using an abstraction layer called a hypervisor. This word hypervisor, it is very important to understand that, because whenever we want to build up up any application, otherwise once application is created, if I want to deploy that application in a cloud computing platform, and after that I want to manage that application, this virtualization technology will be used. So what it does, virtualization, it designs a coupling between the hardware and operating system. So everybody knows that what is hardware. everybody knows that what is hardware and what is the operating system. So hardware, whatever the infrastructure that is being used, either the servers, any computers, any internal storage devices, hard disk maybe nowadays, solid state drives, solid SSD, solid state hard disk drives, rather than hard disk drives. Okay, and apart from that, so many, that is what your networking for what your layer 2 switches, routers, and that is what for security, cyber security functions. So to provide the cyber security, so intrusive protection systems, intrusive IDS and IP intrusive detection systems, and firewalls, they will provide the security, okay, from the attacking, from vulnerable attacks. So all the infrastructure, whatever we are using, everything is called hardware. All the servers, storage, hard disk drives, and any keyboard, any mouse which are connected with your systems, and any network devices like your routers, layer 2 switches, and that is cyber security devices, they will provide security, firewalls, okay, IPS, intrusive protection, intrusive detection, all they are called hardware. Okay, and operating system, everybody knows this hardware will be run by supervised by an operating system. Until unless if you don't have any operating system, your hardware, your computer is simply dumb. Okay, it is a dumb terminal. So this hardware will be operated by this operating system, like your Windows, your Linux, your Macintosh or Mac OS. So many operating systems are there. So this virtualization, it is as I told you that, so it creates a coupling between hardware and operating system using an abstraction layer called a hypervisor. What do you mean of this? That hardware, the computers and servers, they are kept somewhere in America, and they are being accessed by you. We are the clients, we want to access that resources as a virtual machine. Okay, for computing, for our needs for computing services. Okay, so that moment this hypervisor, it build up say, means it provides a abstraction layer. Okay, now hypervisor is what? So as I have discussed that, so Microsoft Azure is a private network that is being accessed, uh, private cloud computing platform that is being accessed through public internet. Okay, so it will be used by many developers, okay, to develop the applications and to post that applications in cloud computing platform, and that the application can be managed very easily. So it uses a virtualization. I have already briefed what is virtualization. It separates the coupling, the connection between hardware and operating system. I briefed what is hardware and what is operating system. Many operating systems we have seen, that is what your Linux, Windows operating system, and Macintosh, Mac operating system. Apple has its separate operating system, and now Android mobiles, they are being mobiles are being run by Android operating systems. So these hardware and operating system, they will be separated by an abstraction layer called a hypervisor. So hypervisor, you need to understand, very important, because it emulates means simulation means simulation as it is. Whatever the suppose if you have a physical computer at your end, that from your physical computer, whatever the services, whatever the functions you are accessing, suppose at a time you are accessing internet through your computer, you are listening the music, you are sending a mail, so you are doing all that functions at your computer physically, but you don't have any computer. So you create a virtual machine, but by that virtual machine you can emulate means you can simulate means same as it is. Whatever the functions you are doing in your computer, the same functions you can run, you can use from a virtual machine. Okay, but virtual machine, that is normally physical machines are kept at area of Microsoft. Okay, so now we can run multiple. One more thing is that we can run multiple virtual machines. Means if you need to run, if you need 5 computers, so you need to physically 5 computers you need to bring from the market, and you need to establish at your end, and so many cables you need set up. Okay, and some UPS system you need to set up, you need to run some firewalls at your end. Okay, so much of configuration you need to do. Okay, and you need to ensure that storage area in terabytes you need to ensure some firewalls, so physical firewalls, other software firewalls you need to establish at your end for authentication process. So for that 5 computers, no need to purchase that computers or servers at your end. Simply if you subscribe for the Microsoft Azure, otherwise Amazon Web Services, otherwise GCC, Google Cloud Computing platforms, so you can access all the computing services. Okay, no need to purchase the infrastructure. So that moment you can run multiple virtual machines at the same time, and every virtual machine can run on different operating system. Suppose if you are accessing 5 virtual machines, one is running on Windows, one is running on Linux, one is running on other operating systems. So you can run multiple virtual machines, and they can run on different operating systems such as Windows or Linux. So next is what? So as I have discussed that